Hey guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
So a lot of you, well, some of you don't know, we do a YouTube, we have a YouTube channel where we've been doing this.
StreetText Daily.
And we thought, why not just start doing it on Facebook Live instead?
Yeah, so if you do like this content, you can always hop over to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
Got a lot of good
Lots
stuff.
of really, really good stuff. And we're actually building on a theme that we've been talking about for the last, specifically this week, really about Facebook being like the living CRM.
Huge.
Right? Like it really is, it has so much unlimited potential. And we're going to go through some concepts here, but what I want you to know is when we're covering things, if you're curious about like how to build lists on Facebook or how to use it as a CRM, we actually have videos that we've already done that I really encourage you to check out, because we're going to kind of take the next level now and talk more about what Facebook can be and how powerful it can be as a virtual farm. And we're going to talk about some of those things. So if you don't know how to do it, obviously hop over or ask questions. We can talk about it if you're kind of curious. But
yeah, I mean, we've expanded on some big concepts. I think, you know, your friends list is a huge one. And I just want to cap on that because we did a mastermind group about it yesterday, and your friends list is over there on the Explore side if you're logged into your desktop. I'm not sure from the mobile view, but essentially now you can start separating and categorizing every single person that you know, and you got to think of this in terms of your own business, because you're going to want to do it for friends and family, and you're going to want to start thinking about the pipelines that you probably already have or know about in your CRM. You're going to want to do the same thing for Facebook.
yeah, it's so true. I mean, really, most people log into Facebook, they get the feed that Facebook gives them, and if they're going to post something, sometimes they can subconsciously be like, my grandma's going to see this as much as the business person I want to see it or whatever, right? And it doesn't actually have to be that way. You can completely design Facebook with just your account. You can separate personal and business by organizing your list, and it's incredibly powerful because you're able to immediately, like, you know, for instance, like, if I've got my A clients and I organize them in a list. Oh, Marcus is shaking the screen here.
Oh, I'm just because they give you the option to invite people as you're doing your Facebook Live.
I see. Gotcha. Cool. But as sorry, the screen that's messing me up. But yeah, train of thought lost. Oh yeah, so if you've got your 8 clients on Facebook, for instance, and you've organized them, and it only takes about like 10 minutes to do. You've got your clients organized. You can actually view Facebook from the perspective of just say those 100 people. And that way you're cutting out all the clutter, you scroll down your newsfeed, you can see those people, you can interact. Hey, are they going on vacation? You know, has something new happened in their life? You can comment, you can interact. Are they sick? You can maybe send them like a little gift package or whatever it may be to help them get better. The point is that you can really leverage and organize Facebook as a CRM.
Yeah, I mean, I like to also think about it as you can actually create, like if I want to do this Facebook Live video to a specific like right now, I believe it's going to, oh, okay, so we can go public right now with it because it was actually set up on one of my lists. So if I want, so it's important to know where your live is going, okay? Because if you have it on default, it could have been from the last post you had, so be aware of that. If you now are having 5, 6 lists created, your default might just be family and friends. Your default might be your new list, let's just say sellers. Your default could be buyers that you're currently working with. Now think of it in all those terms because you're naturally, the Facebook's default is going to be public. That means your entire Facebook friend list, right? So now you can start thinking about lives. You can start thinking about posts. You start about, you know, a lot of the fun things that people do now is they'll use a color, and that color will be kind of like a billboard, and they'll ask a question and they'll post it to try to get a lot of engagement. So in terms of a group, I think that's really relevant because all you're looking to do is create engagement, interaction. And so by following them, engaging with that list is huge, but also with creating posts for that list directly to try to get interaction with that list is another really great strategy.
So for agents out there, today's chat is obviously, we're talking about the groups and we're talking about the lists, but it's really about the virtual farm and the power of it if it's done right. So, you know, if you think about it, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are doing manual farming. You know, you're sending out postcards, you're doing different things in the community. Maybe you've got a zip code or a postal code that you're mailing to. It's quite expensive for the most part, but it can also be very powerful if it's done consistently. I think what's so powerful is that when you use Facebook properly, you literally drop those costs down to 0. You know, in the sense that you've got your entire community, and it can be as simple as just adding friends. So, you know, if you're running lead generation programs and you're generating leads, like Mark was saying, buyers and sellers, what's stopping you when this lead's coming in that came in through Facebook to go and find them, look up who they are, and add them as a friend on Facebook? It takes like all of 2 minutes to do. The worst that happens is they don't accept you. The best thing that happens is they do accept you and they become a part of your ecosystem. You can then organize Facebook so that you can literally provide specific content for different lists, or like you can have your buyers list, you can have your sellers list, you can have your friends and family. So you're speaking to these different lists. And then what we really encourage you to do is then start your own Facebook group around that community. So you pick a zip code, or you pick a neighborhood, and then what you do is, now that they've become your friend and they're following your ecosystem, you actually invite them into that group, which is like a neighborhood specific group for that specific lead, and then you provide value in that group. Like if you start to think about it, what a powerful virtual farm, right? Like compared to just one-way street with mailers, you put a stamp on it, you got your postcard, you send it out, most people throw it in the garbage. You know, and you do enough of them, eventually as an impact, somebody sees it, they give you a phone call, and you're like, oh great, I got a phone call, I got a lead, or whatever else. Where with Facebook, you can literally drive all of that yourself for free. You know, you could spend a couple hours even in the evening or in the morning just adding a few people, organizing a list, providing some content, and you can like build up this enormous community of people that are following you, seeing you as the trusted source for just a couple hours a day. And if you did that, and you did it consistently over a period of just even a few months, you would see enormous results. And you know how many realtors are doing this? Like just a tiny percentage of people are actually taking advantage of that.
And don't forget the power of actually profiling them. That means when you actually click on their profile, check their birthdays, because you're going to be reminded when it's their birthday, their anniversary.
Yeah, and Facebook lets you know a lot of that stuff too.
And so taking the time to actually send them a Facebook message.
Yeah.
Is one thing, wishing them happy birthday.
100%.
Doing that with a video,
even better.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Leaving a lasting impression that way. That's the best way, I think, to start engagement, to start relationship. And then they start following you because they're so impressed by seeing something like that. They've never seen it before.
You know, I love it. Like we always talk, there's a mind share component that you can only have 2 to 3 people in any category in your mind. So for instance, if you think the average person out there can only has 3 realtors in their mind, like after that, they kind of forget who they are. And in any category, there might be 3 of something else. But if you think about the 3 biggest real estate agents in your community, and maybe one of those, that mind share is one of them in, you know, this neighborhood person, like potential home seller's mind, and they have a birthday, you've added them on Facebook, and you send them, like you said, a video quickly about their birthday, you just jumped into one of those top 3 mind share categories in their mind. Even if they didn't really know who you were before and they accepted your friend request, you've just sent them not only just like, I mean, some people write HBD for your birthday, like, you know, like nobody's going to see that or notice that. Some people write something, which is like, oh, okay, that's a bit more thoughtful. Whoever goes and takes the time to do a quick video, guaranteed the person's going to watch it. And now not only did they interact with that particular person, but they actually saw who the person was. It was like a face-to-face because you use video. And if you're a real estate agent, you just jumped into the top 3 in their mind.
So big.
So, I mean, it's just simple things like that.
I think I like to think of it this way too, because you're going to have your niche, you're going to have your area that you really want to be in, probably close to where you actually live. Think about that community that you've established yourself in. So if you are, let's say, geo-farming that area, especially leveraging Facebook and working Facebook zip codes, specifically if you're working it towards generating seller leads or buyer leads, then naturally you're going to want to take all that information that you've accumulated in, let's say we're utilizing StreetText in the dashboard, and plug that back into Facebook, add them as a friend. The reason being is because you do already have probably a ton of connections on Facebook already. So when they see that friend request for the first time, they're going to say, you know, look, we have 3 or 4 mutual friends. They're going to start seeing those connections. They're going to feel like, I should know this person because they're friends with, you know, 3 or 4 of my other friends. We're in the same circles. They're going to start doing some research and digging onto you. They're going to look into your life. And all of a sudden, you have this incredible opportunity that otherwise didn't think you would have. So I like to say, a lot of people, they rely on what they actually is submitted, and sometimes you get an email and you don't know if that email, you didn't do your, let's say, research, because it doesn't always pull the social profile in the back end. Sometimes you got to do a little bit more digging, and what I recommend is go to the tax records, find out the homeowners, take their name, plug that thing into Facebook.
There's a very good chance you're going to find them.
Is the biggest directory in the entire world, right? Like you can find anybody and everybody on Facebook. Most people have a Facebook profile. So go ahead and do some more research. Well, the worst thing they can do is deny your friend request. Don't stop at just,
and I guarantee if they see mutual friends, they'll be curious enough to at least check you out and consider. I mean, you probably think about the same. And when somebody asks to be your friend and you click on them and you see their profile and there's no mutual friends,
Josette gets it.
Yeah. How much less likely are you to add them? Now, if somebody adds you and you've got like 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 mutual friends, you're gonna be so much more likely. Even subconsciously, you're like, I should know this person.
Yeah.
Like we've got all the same friends. Like I should know this person, and that's the power of starting to connect, make these connections in your local community. every time you make that friend request, you're much more likely to make a new connection.
So that's step one. Step two is follow up with a personal Facebook message. So no matter what, because the key is you got to understand the way Facebook Messenger works. If they accept you as a friend, it automatically will go into their messenger inbox.
100% deliverability.
100% deliverability, and you always can track, because Facebook Messenger, as you guys all know, will show you if they've seen the message. So you know that's everybody wants to know that you received the message. Number two, understanding if you're not friends, you can still send that Facebook message, and there's still a good chance they will see it, but it's separated into the message request folder, right? So
and there is actually a notification on it.
Yeah,
it's just not as it is a chance it might go miss. But again, what's the worst that can happen? It takes you like all of 2 minutes to do, and if you do it well, they might watch it and then accept you and make you a friend.
And if you're gonna want to make a difference, no matter what you do, send the video, because the video is the face-to-face opportunity. The video is like, you know, you basically knocked on the door and introduced yourself and communicated like what you want to do for them. And they're gonna make that first impression, I would say, is the biggest impression you can make. So no matter what you do, come with authenticity, come with, you know, a place of wanting to serve and help them. And if you do that, like, you're gonna have a really good winning strategy. So I mean, so no matter what, any submission is a good submission. Any like is a good like. Any comment is a good comment. So you got to look at the whole big picture. When you're running ads of any kind, you're going to be able to track a lot of analytics and metrics with Facebook. You can see the reach, but the most important piece of it will be how you can actually measure that into a click, a submission, where it's tangibly, you're able to pull their name, find them back on Facebook, and then begin the relationship with them.
You know, you just reminded me of a couple other things too, like, even when you're running ads, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this too, like when you're running ads through StreetText, you're going to notice that people like your ad. So there's definitely one thing you can do pretty easily on that, and we do it for our own business too, which is that when someone likes your ad and you actually click on the ad and click on who liked your ad, you can invite them to like your business page, which is awesome. That's cool. The problem with your business page is that it has such a limited amount of impact, like in the sense of if you post something on it, people have to literally like it and follow it to see your content.
Like and follow. It's not just a like. Remember, if they like it, it doesn't just start showing up in their newsfeed.
So what I would do, and I should really do going forward now that I've been thinking, this is something that even I'm going to start doing, is you invite them to like your business page by click on them, because you'll see exactly who they are. Click on their profile quick and invite them, add them as a friend.
Add them as a friend.
And then, so it's as simple as that. And you know, because they just saw your ad or interacted with it or whatnot, and you invited them to like your business page, I think you're really increasing the odds that they're going to accept you.
Now, that's a good question, because in the mastermind class, we were all discussing our business pages. And, you know, let's say someone has a couple thousand likes on that page. What I think is they show you that you have the 2,000 likes, but as insights, they don't actually show you who those 2,000 people are that like it.
No, you can see that.
You can.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
so you'd be able to go track all 2,000 as individual profiles?
I don't know if we can have the time right now, but because we're connected to your, well, actually we could. If you actually go into your StreetText business, sorry, your business page.
Well, we'll do a screen share on one of our next segments.
But you can actually see not only who those people are, but you can see every single one of them, but you can also see who's following you and who just likes you.
Oh, great. So then you can
know.
individually, so think of it from you guys. So all you guys are running ads on Facebook. Go to all your likes, break those down. I mean, and see both. I would start with everybody who follows you, number one.
Maybe we should do this as a video tomorrow then, because tomorrow we can cover this, because it's actually really easy to do. But most people, like the thing with Facebook is so big and grows so fast that they don't make announcements on their anything new you can do. You have to kind of discover it yourself. So
there's a lot of hidden secrets.
There really is a lot of value. So maybe tomorrow what we'll do is we'll go through the business page. I'll show you guys exactly how we do it on our page, and you'll be able to learn how. Like, you could literally, like, we have thousands and thousands of people that like us that we could just go through and then add as friends or connect with, and lo and behold, you just, you know, you rocket that community up.
That's smart. Actually, I think I might actually take that as a tip now.
But I think it's even better for real estate agents, because typically when people like us, they're all over North America, right? Mm-hmm. And so we add them, we may have mutual friends, but it's a lot less likely. For a real estate agent, though, when you're advertising in a specific zip code or area, and people are interacting with your ad and liking it, and you're adding them as friends, there's so much more chance that they're going to be mutual
So that's
friends.
a good suggestion. Don't just blindly go in there and start adding friends. Make sure you do some profiling. Like, that means just look at their profile, see they live in your neighborhood. They're a part of your community. Hey, you guys might have mutual friends. You might be in the same softball team.
Totally.
You know, you never know. Like, look at some of the interests. You're going to see a lot of those commonalities, and you can make a great connection. Hey, you know, Joe, just wanted to reach out, introduce myself. You know, I am, you know, in the service of offering complimentary, right? Whatever you want to do.
So that's great. So let's do that tomorrow. Let's cover it. I think there's some really good stuff in that because all we really want to impart is that Facebook is truly a living CRM. It's such a special time for real estate agents if they understand it. And there's so few people that are taking advantage of it that if you do it now, you will stand out, rise above the rest. And this goes for really any business. This is not just agents. We just predominantly are just such big believers that it's so powerful for agents today if they understand what to do. So
that's some good stuff.
Yeah.